Hello and happy Friday. I'm Brett from Be Improv, and I'm very excited that you're here to join me today for day 2 of my mini video series over the next 3 weeks. So thank you for joining. The improv value that I chose to share with you today is be inspired. And I'm looking at the idea of inspiration as noticing and appreciating the things around you and letting them allowing them to kind of guide you or to affect you in your day-to-day in that moment. So in improv, when you're inspired, that's what drives the stories and the scenes forward. And what you're inspired by are things like your partners, what they're saying to you. So it comes back to what I talked about last week with this listening. So you're being inspired by the words, you're being inspired by their body language. You might be inspired by the music that's in the game or the format you're doing. You might be inspired by the lights or even just the mood. But it's noticing all those things and letting them affect you and then appreciating that, what they're doing to you, and letting that guide you forward. Now, in my own day-to-day life, I look at this really from a positive point of view. So I'm looking at how things are affecting me positively so that I don't fall into that tunnel of negativity. So it could be as simple as appreciating the nature around me, the wildlife, the trees, the changing colors, and noticing that and how they make me feel, and letting that guide me as I move forward through my day. It might also be being inspired by the people around me, the kind things they say, the kind actions they do. Even that, the more typical one where someone says to you, hey, have you ever tried this? And you think, oh, that sounds kind of interesting, but I think I'm too scared. Why not dive into that? Be inspired to try something new. Let it guide you into a new place. It might be fun. So that's the idea of sort of this inspiration. It's a new way of, or another way of looking at gratefulness and gratitude and appreciation. So when it comes to improv exercises, I think that one that's great for this idea of inspiration and following that is one called I Am a Tree. It starts in a group and you get 3 people. 3 people is what sets up the scene. So the first person steps in and states something like, I am a tree, whatever they are. The next person, whoever's inspired by that, is going to step in and add to that picture in a very simple way. There's not really a right or wrong here. Whatever they imagine might be added onto that tree. I'm a pile of leaves. Then the third person, okay, I see a tree and leaves, and I'm going to be inspired by the fact that it's autumn, and I am a leaf blower. And now we've got an image of a tree, a pile of leaves, and a leaf blower. We wipe that story clean, and we start a fresh one with one of those things. So maybe I'm a pile of leaves stays. Then maybe someone enters and says, I'm a child playing in the leaves. And a third person enters and says, I am a mother calling the child back to dinner, or something like that. And so we create another story. And so it's this idea that you're just literally being inspired by the person before you and what image they're creating, and accepting that and knowing that what you're adding is valuable because it's what you were inspired by and it's what you felt that moment needed. And I think that can easily be transferred into our day-to-days. Thank you so much for listening today, for coming along and watching my video, and I will see you on Monday for the next video. Have a great weekend.